An emotional church service leads to prayers for light to be shed on what led up to the shooting death of a local musician. Plus, the loss of a local teen being used to keep others safe when they head out on the water.
Look, I just think he's uninformed.
Ouch. Harsh words from former Florida Governor Jeb Bush about Donald Trump's knowledge of politics and foreign affairs.
This is CBS 12 News at 11.
Weeks after a man is shot and killed by a local police officer, peaceful protests haven't stopped, and efforts by family and friends to seek out transparency and justice won't relent. CBS 12's Linda Figueroa, she is live at the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department, detailing how hundreds still are seeking answers. Linda?
Well, Israel, the family tells me they're overwhelmed by the continued outpouring of support from not only the community, but local leaders as they continue to push for the officers that were involved to be held accountable for their actions the night of Corey Jones's death.
United we stand, divided we fall.
The flame for justice burns bright in Boynton Beach, where dozens of city leaders and community members united for a candlelight vigil and memorial as they seek answers in the shooting death of Corey Jones.
We are here to remember Corey Jones, a man who even in death is inspiring others.
Last month, Jones was shot and killed by now-fired Palm Beach Gardens police officer Newman Raja. Ray Whiteley of the Boynton Beach Coalition of Clergy says there is a number of people besides Raja that need to be held accountable for the death of Jones.
Officer Raja may not have been qualified to be in the role that he was serving, and someone put him there. So that's something that we have to stay the course.
Marching down the street from church to church, organizers feel their efforts are not in vain. They remain optimistic that with each step, they are closer to getting answers.
Transparency is going to be coming up. I believe that the investigation is going to be a lot shorter now because of the pressure of the community and of the officials.
And both mayors of Palm Beach Gardens and Boynton Beach were both at the event titled A Community and Celebration of Unity. At the event, they're also encouraging folks to get involved in local politics, to continue voting and pushing policies that not only for the state but national that will help with police policy. So this is, of course, something we'll continue to follow as they plan to hold more events in the near future. Live in Palm Beach Gardens, Linda Figueroa, CBS 12 News.
In Baltimore, a jury selection about to begin in the trial of one of the officers charged in the arrest and death of Freddie Gray. The judge in the case has decided that the 12 jurors selected must remain anonymous. The officer in this case, William Porter, could spend at least 10 years in prison if convicted. Each of the 6 officers facing charges will have separate trials. In Chicago, more police officers will now be using body cameras. City officials plan to purchase 1,400 of these devices, costing $2.2 million. Now, the announcement comes as the city continues to face criticism that the Democratic mayor and union officials suppressed video of a Chicago police officer shooting a teenager 16 times. A judge denies bail to a man accused of shooting a Riviera Beach teen. Kenerick Taylor faces a second-degree murder charge after telling police that he accidentally shot a 16-year-old Jonathan Pearson. Taylor initially told investigators he had nothing to do with Pearson's death. A man stabbed in the stomach continues to make a recovery today. This after Jupiter police say that Jorge Shun Ramirez was involved in a verbal fight with a male victim. Then the shouting allegedly led to Shun Ramirez stabbing the person. According to an investigative report, the accused remains in the Palm Beach County Jail tonight. Well, this just in, the turnpike in Martin County closed in both directions. Take a look at these pictures of this backup from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Now, this is due to a very serious crash at mile marker 128. The investigation and cleanup could actually last for several hours, so be sure to check in with CBS 12 News this morning starting at 4:30 a.m. for the best way to get around this area for your morning commute. New information tonight. A house fire in West Palm Beach now being investigated as an arson. It happened on 47th Street last night. Firefighters had to break into the empty home to put out the blaze. Thankfully, no one was injured. But if you have information about this fire or you saw anything suspicious in the area, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. Well, the family of Perry Cohen has launched a foundation in the teen's name. Perry and his friend Austin Stefanos disappeared back in July after the two left on a boat from the Jupiter Inlet just before a storm rolled in. Now the Cohens want to use their loss and experience to raise awareness on how to safely enjoy boating and fishing. Well, new details tonight on the victims of a shooting rampage in Colorado, killed outside a Planned Parenthood facility. The victims are a 26-year-old mother of two, an Iraq War veteran who was waiting for his girlfriend, and Officer Garrett Swayze. Sources telling CBS News tonight that the suspect, Robert Deere, had several guns, ammunition, and believed that he planned on detonating propane tanks outside his car.
I was surprised that given he had to know how much damage he'd done, but he made a decision to give himself up.
Investigators say the shooting was likely related to the fact that the facility performed abortions. 9 others were wounded in that shooting as well. Well, tonight the Eiffel Tower is green to welcome world leaders into Paris for a climate change summit. But it is starting in the midst of chaos as riot police used tear gas today against climate protesters who were on the streets in spite of rules against demonstrations. Here's the latest tonight from Paris.
Paris police fired tear gas to break up protesters defying a government ban on demonstrations. Other protesters were beaten with batons. Nearly 200 were arrested. These demonstrators formed a human chain along the route of a long-planned protest march through central Paris. Nearby, thousands of shoes were set out to symbolize the many feet that could not march because of the ban.
What we're seeing here is an outpouring of determination from Parisians to be heard nonetheless.
The nearly 2-week climate change conference will address greenhouse gases, which are blamed for rising temperatures. 147 world leaders will be there, including President Barack Obama, who paid respects to the terror attack victims by laying a single white rose at a memorial site. The president on Tuesday praised France's decision not to call off the conference.
What a powerful rebuke to the terrorists it will be when the world stands as one and shows that we will not be deterred from building a better future for our children.
There are 120,000 security forces stationed across France to brace for the biggest security challenge since the terrorist attacks. Nearly 1,000 people thought to pose a security risk have been blocked from entering the country, still in mourning.
Rally organizers estimate more than 500,000 people participated in marches in 175 countries today. Well, as security in Paris remains high, we'll be hosting a town hall on the war on terror this Tuesday, December 1st at 7 p.m. You can watch on our Weather Nation channel, and we'll stream it online at cbs12.com. Speaking of weather, we're going to turn now to what was today another beautiful day in South Florida. You know, that makes us very thankful to live in the Sunshine State, but it is Florida, which means changes are always on the way as we take a live look outside. And Michael Ehrenberg, you're keeping an eye on your next weather maker.
Yes, right. A couple weather makers. Warmer temperatures coming up this week, Israel, and rain chances. But right now, still nice. After high in Boca Raton of 80, we're down to 77 degrees there at the Boca Airport. And you'll notice temperatures much cooler north and west. Fort Pierce, you're 62, Vero 63, and already down to 61 there in Okeechobee City. And overnight, you're going to be seeing lows down to your 60 to 65 inland. Near the coast, West Palm dropping a few more degrees down to about 70 degrees by early wake-up time at 7 o'clock. Next several days, we do have those weather changes in the form of a warming trend ahead. The winds will slowly relax. Next weather maker, front and tropical moisture will make it wet around here. I'll have your hour-by-hour and day-by-day details when I return in about 10 minutes.
Turning now to vote 2016, and former Florida Governor Jeb Bush says Donald Trump isn't ready to be commander-in-chief.
Look, I just think he's uninformed. The simple fact is that he's been wrong on Syria and on the refugees pretty consistently.
Bush says the Republican frontrunner doesn't know enough about major issues facing the U.S., especially when it comes to defense and foreign affairs. Meanwhile, West Palm Beach resident Dr. Ben Carson speaking out about the Syrian refugee crisis, saying that many refugees should stay in the Middle East for their own benefit.
I don't see any reason, quite frankly, that some of the other nations in the area shouldn't also be asked to do it so that you don't have to go through a big cultural change with them.
Carson's comments comes just days after visiting a refugee camp in Jordan in an effort to improve his foreign policy credentials. Pope Francis is known for thinking outside the box, but what the pontiff is about to do on his historic trip to Africa is garnering praise and raising fears for his safety. And the holidays are a time for food, fun, and indulgence, but that could also mean major health consequences for your heart.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
That's a wrap.
Hey there again. We just got
finished with our show. Darlene says you guys make early morning better. Thank you, Darlene.
Yeah, we're just trying to start off your day right. We don't want to waste your time. We give you breaking news, news that happened overnight, and news that impacts you.
Santa has a magic snow globe for every family. And whatever he puts in our snow globe shows up at our house. And this year, look at what he put in our driveway.
Santa can do that?
You sure can, honey.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here. Lease the 2016 ES350 for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
For over 20 years, Provident Jewelry have been paying you the most for your unwanted gold, diamonds, estate jewelry, precious gemstones, and fine Swiss timepieces. Whether buying, selling, or looking to trade unwanted pieces, let our graduate gemologists provide you a level of customer service that shows why Provident Jewelry is the best. Locations in West Palm Beach, and Jupiter, or visit www.providentjewelry.com.
Presenting 6 new members of the Schumacher family, now in Delray.
Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Lincoln, and Subaru.
I invite you to come join the family.
When someone unknown overcomes incredible odds to become the face of a revolution, at Chrysler, that's a story we can get behind. Because in our experience, where you've been is part of your story, but where you're going says a whole lot more about you. See The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 now playing in theaters. Get 0% APR for 75 months on all 2015 Chrysler models. Sale ends November 30th.
Get 0% APR financing for 75 months, plus $2,000 total bonus cash on the 2015 Chrysler 200.
CBS 12 News this morning.
Wake up with what you need.
Every screen, everywhere.
New.
Breaking news, fresh stories.
Now.
Weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
We're starting to track some showers already, but
please allow some extra time.
Next.
Setting you up for your day.
Monday morning, 4:30 to 7. The one to turn to is CBS 12 News.
CBS 12 is the one to turn to for weather.
the strength of 6 meteorologists.
More than any other station.
The one to turn to for weather, CBS 12.
You're watching CBS 12 News at 11.
Pope Francis spreading the message of love and forgiveness today while in the Central African Republic. The country is wrecked by violence between Muslims and Christians. Now, while in the area, the Pope celebrated Mass and he actually toured a refugee camp. Tomorrow, Francis is set to visit a mosque for an interfaith service, and security, as you can imagine, expected to be heightened in the area to ensure the Pope's safety. Well, the holidays mean more time with family, plenty of good food, and all too often an increase in cardiac cases. CBS 12's Melissa Howell has more on why it's important to pay attention to what's on your plate so you have a healthy holiday season.
It's that time of year where we can sometimes overindulge and lose track of our health, but just a few simple changes to your holiday routine can help you stay healthy throughout the holiday season.
We are what we eat, no matter what time of year, and the holidays mean more food packed on our plates.
But if your normal daily intake of food is, say, 2,000 calories, and all of a sudden over 3 or 4 days you start consuming 3, 4, 5,000 calories a day, that's going to potentially make you sicker.
Dr. Jeffrey Newman says it's important to have self-control and consider the consequences.
If you have somewhat of a weakened heart and you start doing more shopping or running more errands, now you're stressing your heart in ways you're not used to.
Overeating may also expose illnesses that haven't flared up in months or years. And finding a healthy balance of physical activity, daily vitamins, and small portions is critical.
You need to take care of yourself and not change your daily routine that much, but just enjoy it without making it a stressful experience.
I'm Palm Beach County, Melissa Howell, CBS 12 News.
Also important, Dr. Newman says that you need to eat healthy year-round and to get checked out before the holidays to reduce the chances of worsening any illness or disease that may already exist. Now, if you went shopping to try and burn some calories this weekend, it looks like you were in the minority. New retail research shows Black Friday sales were down from last year by more than, get this, $1 billion. A new survey released today shows more people just prefer shopping online than in stores. And speaking of that, if you do plan on doing your shopping on Cyber Monday, Don't tell your boss, and be careful. Consumers should only click on links from the site they trust, and also be sure to reach each retailer's return policy. Try to use your credit card over debit cards, and since most credit cards, well, they got better fraud protection. New tonight, she's the member of the royal British family that hasn't been seen for months, but now, OMG, that's about to change. Check it out. 6-month-old Princess Charlotte. Oh my goodness. The last time the princess was seen in public, it was for her christening. How did we get by all this time without her? Now, thanks to pictures taken by proud mom, the Duchess of Cambridge, well, we're seeing how much the little royal has grown, and she is adorable, right?
Of course.
Better than the South Florida weather.
Right.
Listen, it's Florida. It's about to change. We had a little cool weather. Looks like now we're about to get the actual Florida weather.
Yes, temperature's going to warm up. The humidity is going to go up. So by midweek, mid-80s, high humidity again. Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
and
well,
that's December, believe it or not.
It comes and goes.
It comes and goes. And we're also going to get higher rain chances. And also, Israel, the good news is the wind is going to go down.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too. And I think a lot of folks going to the beach like it too because, man, it has been rough for days at the coast. This is the way it looked today at South Beach Park in Boca Raton. Waves today running about 5-6 feet, and a lot of folks enjoying the last day of the holiday weekend here in South Florida, but few folks going in that water because it's still on the rough side. But like I just said, that breeze will drop off. The seas will calm down, especially by Wednesday, Thursday. We're looking at that gradual warm-up, and the next front, our next weather maker, will bring us showers and stormy conditions for Thursday and Friday. We'll break it all down for you. First, the wind speeds. As you head out the door tomorrow morning, the gusts not as high, about 12 to maybe 16 miles an hour. Gusts by late afternoon in the mid-teens again. So no more 25, 30, and 35 mile an hour gusts we had earlier in the week. Finally, we do see the seas relaxing. And tomorrow, the rip current risk, as a result, goes from high to moderate. So if you're lucky enough to have it off on Monday and you do go to the beach, look for seas running about 3 to 5 feet. And the winds, again, steadily go down, 12 miles an hour, averaging on Tuesday down to 10 by Thursday, and then they go back up later in the week as our next weather maker brings a breeze our way. Temperatures on your Monday will be highs in the low 80s. Lake Worth, Boca, 82 the high in West Palm tomorrow, 81 Jupiter Farms. A lot like today, sunshine, 20% shower chance with, again, that east wind a little lighter, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now, that's all due to our next immediate weather maker, which is going to be high pressure, weakening and moving off the Carolina coast, the clockwise flow, bringing in that breeze and also from time to time a little shower here or there, but most of the time will be dry. And we see it hour by hour for you as we go through the morning hours. We're mainly dry, but notice the green, that little shower chance not out of the question, especially tomorrow afternoon. We head on to Tuesday. There's 3 o'clock. No rain at all appearing on the RPM model, so a gorgeous day. Warmer, though, 84 on Tuesday, 85 Wednesday with an increase in tropical moisture from the southeast as our next weather maker front moves into North Florida, and that front slowly moves through South Florida on Thursday, increasing the rain chances to 60%. Front's probably going to stall, so with a stall front, it means rain chances are going to be high for probably a few days after that. So rain chances go up 60% Thursday, 50% Friday, and 40% as we head on into your Saturday. Back to tonight, though, partly cloudy, small shower chance, still very comfortable. 70 at the coast, 60 well inland. On your Monday, back to work and school tomorrow. Sunny clouds, isolated shower, pleasant breeze, above average. The average high is 78. Well, we're going to be right about 82 tomorrow. And for you beachgoers and boaters, no more small craft advisory, but again, we do have that moderate rip current risk with the surf running 3 to 5 feet. 7-day forecast for your weekends in view. The warming trend with lighter winds, high rain chances Thursday, Friday, a gusty breeze, and just a little cooler by next weekend. Have a great week.
I don't know about the Miami Dolphins quarterback Ryan Tannehill. Maybe he didn't give it his all today because tonight he is still going after the Jets defense on Twitter. Come on, really? We got Finn's Final coming up.
For over 20 years, Provident Jewelry have been paying you the most for your unwanted gold, diamonds, estate jewelry, precious gemstones, and fine Swiss timepieces. Whether buying, selling, or looking to trade unwanted pieces, let our graduate gemologists provide you a level of customer service that shows why Provident Jewelry is the best. Locations in West Palm Beach, and Jupiter, or visit www.providentjewelry.com.
This holiday season, get ready for homecomings.
I see you brought a friend. I want to see.
Longing. serendipity,
What are the chances?
and good tidings to all.
Hang on to your antlers.
It's the event you don't want to miss. It's the Season of Audi sales event. Brighten up your holiday with the exceptional offers at the Season of Audi sales event.
A lot has changed in a decade. The cost of housing has gone up. Healthcare has gotten more expensive. Even the cost of food has increased. And while we're using energy in more ways than ever, the price you pay for that energy from FPL is lower today than it was 10 years ago. We're using smart technology and working more efficiently to bring you the lowest bill in the state. See how your bill has changed in the last 10 years at FPL.com.
Drive a new BMW from only $279 a month, now at Bremen BMW. During our model year sales event, come in today and take advantage of the last of the 2015 BMW models in stock. Drive the 2015 BMW 320i sedan, just $279 a month. 2015 528i sedan, only $459 a month. 2016 X3 S-Drive 28i, just $449 a month.
Welcome to the experience. Welcome to Bremen BMW. You've arrived.
When Chef Tony Baker is in the kitchen, he never gets burned.
Thanks to my UV Glove Hot Surface Handler, now with non-slip silicone grips.
The UV Glove protects from heat up to 540 degrees.
And it's flame resistant. It really helps me hang on to slippery dishes. I use it with hot dinner plates, even ceramic bakeware. In my kitchen, I always make sure it's the UV Glove.
The UV Glove is available at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Makes a great gift.
They say you need to hit rock bottom before you can rebuild yourself, and it kind of feels like the Dolphins hit rock bottom today, dropping to 0-5 against AFC East opponents, outscored 175-72 in those 5 games. Off to another patented nightmare start versus the Jets. Ryan Tannehill in the red zone in the first quarter, picked off by Marcus Williams. None of Tannehill's passes had been accurate to that point. Jets cash in on the ensuing drive. Ryan Fitzpatrick suddenly looking like an elite NFL quarterback today. Over the top to Brandon Marshall. Jets lead 7-0. The Dolphins D held the Jets off as well as they possibly could with the Dolphins offense stalling, but late fourth, that's Fitzpatrick. That's late in the half, I should say. 16-yard score, 14-0 at the half. It was late third quarter when the Dolphins finally break the goose egg. Jarvis Landry dives in. Whoa. We're not seeing that Jarvis Landry play right now, but you're seeing a lot of missed tackles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count. Either way, Chris Ivory runs in 31-yard touchdown. Now, look at all this is ugly stuff. I'd say that's 5 broken tackles right there. And the Dolphins 3 of 15 on third down conversions today, and Ryan Tannehill ends this play in a thud, meaningless late touchdowns to Greg Jennings, Devontae Parker, the aforementioned Jarvis Landry touchdown that we never saw. Either way, you didn't need to see it. Dolphins lose 38-20.
Early in this game, our defense gave us a shot. I mean, the first half, we had plenty of opportunities to play and be in this game. And, we have to find a way to get production out of our offense.
We have to execute. On offense, we have to go out and score more points. Keep ourselves in game by converting third downs, by moving the ball and getting the end zone early. We have yet to do that in the last few weeks, so to move the ball early and get in the end zone.
Well, the Dolphins rushed for an unacceptable 12 total yards today, while the run defense gave up 137 yards on the ground. Now, the biggest injury blow to the Dolphins this year was losing defensive end Cameron Wake for the rest of the season, right as his season was gaining some major steam. But the injury bug added some insult to injury today, or should I say injury to insult. Scariest looking injury was Rashard Matthews getting knocked into next week right here. The last thing the wide receiver needed after coming back from flu-like symptoms yesterday. He was trying to be a trooper. That knocked him out. Center Mike Pouncey was also knocked out of the game, while defensive tackles C.J. Mosley, Earl Mitchell, and linebacker Jelani Jenkins all left the game with injuries.
Next man up. At the end of the day, it's next man up, and you got to take that mentality. You got to understand when you get your opportunity to play. If that's more plays on my part, I'm all game for it. I'm built. I train in the off season for playing whole games. I've known to do it. I've done it all my career.
It's a game of football, you know. Guys are you got to expect for that to happen. You know, unfortunately, we had a whole bunch of guys go down, but you know, some of the guys tried coming back in and fighting for it, and you know, it was just unfortunate, man. We got this loss.
Well, if the Dolphins lose their season finale against the Patriots in a few weeks, they'll go 0-6 in the AFC East, winless in their division for the first time since 2007. Lots more to come on Finn's Final, a war of words from you on social media, and a war of words between Tannehill and the Jets D. Juicy stuff coming.
Wake up with Suzanne Boyd and Eric Roby tomorrow on CBS 12 News This Morning.
Now only Ford offers $750 Black Friday bonus cash on select vehicles on top of Ford Friends and Neighbors pricing.
That doesn't happen every day.
Make Black Friday hassle-free with low prices on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. And get $750 Black Friday bonus cash on select Ford vehicles on top of all other offers.
It's an inside deal.
Now for everyone. Hurry, for a limited time, get $750 Black Friday bonus cash on select vehicles on top of all other low Ford Friends and Neighbors offers. It all ends November 30th.
After a crash, you need legal help to get the compensation you deserve. Call us. We can send someone to help you at the scene, in the hospital, or even at your home. We immediately work on getting a replacement car and make sure that you get the treatment you deserve and need. Visit LegalBrains.com or call Star Law.
The Tickton Law Group. Remember, after 911, there's one thing more. You've got to call Star Law.
This weekend, get mega door-busting savings from Best Mid Toyota's Black Friday weekend sale. This weekend only, get discounts up to $10,000 off. Plus, while supplies last, get a free $250 gift card with any purchase. This weekend, Corolla's 10% off, and Camrys 15% off. Plus, get a $250 gift card with any purchase. Hurry while supplies last. Don't miss the Black Friday weekend sale at Best Mid Toyota, where we do Toyotas different.
Epic plays, epic comebacks, and now epic meats. I love football and pizza.
Get our new Epic Meats Pizza with 5 meaty meats, just $12 for a large.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
better football.
PapaJohns.com.
Toyotathon rocks with great big deals on a new set of wheels. Camry, Prius, RAV4 2 with 0% financing for you.
Right now at the Toyotathon sales event, get a low 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2015 Toyota RAV4. That's just 0% APR.
It's our biggest and bestest event of the year. That's why Toyotathon rocks.
Toyota, let's go places.
The danger is very much real and present. What you need to know about the war on terror. Hear and interact with political, military, and community experts for a national town hall meeting from Washington and Brussels.
Tuesday at 7 on CBS12.com.
Welcome back to Finn's Final. We asked you on Facebook what aspect of the Dolphins game frustrated you the most in today's loss to the New York Jets. Now, Thomas says the fact that they showed up. None of the players tried, so why bother wasting their time? Well, they get paid a lot of money to show up, and I don't think it was a lack of effort today, Thomas. Melissa says the bad play calling by Bill Lazor. How does he still have a job? And the fill-in center was beyond horrible. And yes, it was a shame that Mike Pouncey went down so early in today's game. Adam says, I think we need to kick Tannehill off our team. Now, his statistics today, the numbers, the line still looks pretty good, but obviously not getting the job done. John says, can't stop the run, always playing from behind, and no deep threat to help catch up. Draft run stoppers and get some linebackers that can actually make a tackle. It all starts with the D, and the defense actually kept the Dolphins in this one early, but weren't able to hold off the Jets in the end. Well, the battle continued off the field with a war of words. Ryan Tannehill not happy that Calvin Pryor III celebrated after his big hit on Rashard Matthews here. An ugly hit ultimately knocked the wide receiver right out of the game.
I didn't notice it, honestly. I was just worried about Rashard. I heard some guys talking about it on the sideline, which, you know, that's kind of a classless move, just celebrate when a guy's injured. You know, obviously it was a good hit, clean hit, but, you know, just celebrate when a guy's down. It's kind of a, you know, classless move.
As he hits the turf.
Well, Calvin Pryor III snapped back on Twitter after those comments, quote, "Throw a better ball next time and your teammate would have never got injured. I was definitely celebrating the great play I made," Calvin continued. "I would never celebrate someone getting injured during a game." Come on now. The Dolphins' playoff hopes, did I just say that? They're hanging by a thread of a thread of a thread of a thread. Izzy just said, playoffs? Well, hang on. They're still technically in this thing. They'll take on the Ravens next week, who are 3-7. A lot of home games to end this one at Sun Life Stadium, so you can go and enjoy the view. A 1 p.m. start down there and a 1 p.m. start right here on CBS 12. And then, of course, join us next week for Finn's Final. That's it for Finn's Final tonight. All the news, sports, weather is always on CBS12.com. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m. Good night. Playoffs?
The only station with a 24-hour weather channel, CBS 12.
Presenting 6 new members of the Schumacher family, now in Delray.
Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Lincoln, and Subaru.
I invite you to come join the family.
For over 20 years, Provident Jewelry have been paying you the most for your unwanted gold, diamonds, estate jewelry, precious gemstones, and fine Swiss timepieces. Whether buying, selling, or looking to trade unwanted pieces, let our graduate gemologists provide you a level of customer service that shows why Provident Jewelry is the best. Locations in West Palm Beach, and Jupiter, or visit www.providentjewelry.com.
This holiday season, unwrap some entertainment with gift certificates from the Kravis Center for the Performing Arts. A Kravis gift certificate is good for show tickets, gift shop, even dining. Put a little show business in your holidays with gift certificates from the Kravis Center. Give the gift of entertainment and check out the lineup of incredible shows this season. Call the Kravis Center box office or online at kravis.org.
If you've been in a car accident and the insurance company isn't treating you fairly, tell them I'm calling Gordon & Donner, and then dial 333-3333 or visit fortheinjured.com. Gordon & Donner, for the injured.
Get quality pre-owned vehicles at the real price with real numbers.
The real deal. Roger Dean Chevrolet in West Palm Beach.
You'll get upfront pricing on every pre-owned vehicle in our huge inventory. So if you've been waiting for the right time to buy your next pre-owned vehicle, come in today and save thousands. We have what you're looking for in one great location. Plus, take a payment vacation and make no payments until 2016. Get the real deal on every pre-owned vehicle in stock. At Roger Dean Chevrolet in West Palm Beach.
Only 20 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it from me. You just can't do better than Dean.
It's the season for sugar and spice. Measuring, mixing, melting, stirring things up. It's a sip, a taste, a nibble. It's the perfect time to let us do the cooking. Find the perfect platters for your event in our Gather and Share brochure. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Defective products like these have killed or injured thousands of people. Don't be a victim. We have the financial resources and the trial experience to take on big manufacturing. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Brownrath, 1-800-4RIGHTS.
At CBS 12, we are very active on social media. In the morning, we're sending you pushes, tweeting with you, we are Facebooking with you.
You know, it's something I enjoy to do, but it's something I feel is necessary in this day and age to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information.